visitors or virtual people who are going to basically log in and watch it on Zoom today. Thank you very much. We're going to have the lighting of the lamp now. So I would like to invite His Excellency to come to the stage to light the lamp. I would also request Mr. Choji Lamba to escort him. Thank you. We are going to play the national anthem for Kuwait and India, and I would request everyone to stand and honor the anthems. Thank you. I would like to invite Mr. Choji Lamba, Vice Chairman and Chairman nominee of IBPC, to present his welcome address. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Welcome everybody. Good afternoon, dear friends. Respected Ambassador Shri C.V. George and respected principals of our Indian schools, Kuwait, the students and the parents, mostly parents who are with us today. Welcome to the IBPC Meritorious Awards events this year. And this is the third year that we are having this event to honor and to recognize the achievements of our Indian students in Kuwait. So something about IBPC. IBPC has been in existence since 2001, since with the help of the Indian embassies, patronage. And so its prime objective was to promote trade relations, business relations, perhaps investments into India from Kuwait and our friends of Kuwait. And so over the years, we have really evolved as a prime or what do you say, set up an organization to promote the relationships actually between Kuwait and India. And at the moment, we have about 200 members, both corporate and individuals. And over the years, IBPC has associated itself with ASSOCHAM, FICCI, CII, and several other institutes, premier institutes in India. So over the years, IBPC actually has connected with several offices of the union ministers and chief ministers in India, and have actually had audience with them to see how we can further relations between India and Kuwait. And also, IBPC over the years has been instrumental in bringing some very dynamic speakers to Kuwait, keynote speakers to Kuwait, like Mr. Narayan Murthy, Dr. Shashi Tharoor, and Mr. Bhargava. And this actually has been very, I would say, instrumental in a way that normally for most people to have access to these kind of personalities in India would be a challenge. But by bringing them to Kuwait and mingling with our business community or our professional community and so many executives that we have in Kuwait, a lot of our community actually gets a chance to interact with these personalities and to hear of their experiences, to learn of their achievements, and especially when these speakers talk about what they have achieved or seen a problem to deal with, and how they have overcome their obstacles. So these kind of events which IBPC has done has actually been very helpful to our community at large. Also, IBPC in the past has assisted the Indian Embassy with several forums that Indian Embassy wanted to bring them to Kuwait, like the medical forum, or the medical expo. So through that networking, we were able to assist the Indian Embassy. It was all Indian Embassy's sort of setup, but IBPC actually extended its hand to organize the event and to do a reasonable amount of marketing and to promote medical tourism into India. So IBPC actually plays a fundamental role, in helping or reaching out to the community and the Kuwaiti society at large to connect with India. So through this, IBPC has been, I would say, very, a prime sort of organization in Kuwait to bring this kind of services. And also, and last but not the least, is our cultural events and our music events. So these, people have really enjoyed them. We have brought in a lot of cultural music or some, very good singers, and have interacted with a lot of, the Kuwaiti dignitaries here, Kuwaiti society here, of course, reaching out to the Indian community here. So between the, every sort of connectivity when you have with any kind of people in Kuwait, especially the host country, having some sort of a cultural or a social event also, breaks the ice and actually opens a lot of doors of communication. And so this is what IBPC does. And for today, Ambassador Shri C.B. George, thank you so much for opening the doors to let us conduct the meritorious awards in the embassy. Because in the past, we've always had the privilege of doing it in one of the Indian schools auditorium, but and a large event, of course. But this time, due to COVID, we are unable to do that scale. So really appreciate that your kindness to let us conduct it over here. And also, being born in Kuwait, something about the kids. I can tell you that the students of Kuwait, for over 5 decades now, have really reached great heights worldwide. I myself am a product of Kuwait's class of '86. So over the years, I can say that a lot of my colleagues from my batch, a lot of batches prior to us, are doing wonderful in many countries worldwide, including India also. So for this, I must give credit to the premier institutions that somehow are, principals and teachers are operating in Kuwait, because it is their, dedication, the teachers' dedication, the principals' drive, leadership, which has actually, nurtured and cherished these children beautifully. So really, thanks to the teachers and the principals for making this effort for decades now. Thank you. Also, from our children's point of view, they have shown no less enthusiasm and motivation. The kids of our community, I simply love you guys for the work you have undertaken in the sense that the motivation you maintain, the enthusiasm you maintain in using this opportunity. I mean, the reason I say this is education is a blessing, and we know that coming from India, there are millions of kids in India who unfortunately don't have access to good education. And when children anywhere are given this sort of privilege or have this access, we have to seize the opportunity and really be honest about it, be sincere to ourselves. So for that, I really salute the kids for making that effort and making us all proud, making the Indian community proud. So really, thank you. And last but not the least is the parents. The amount of efforts the parents put in creating that platform, for the kids. I mean, it's, we all know that, right? Really, thank you, the parents, sincerely, for, bringing the best or whatever means you may have to let your children, study hard, work hard, focus. Commendable effort. Thank you. And with this, I want to share words of a famous personality, Malcolm X. He says, education is a passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. And thank you so much. Welcome to this event today. And with this, I would like to ask our Ambassador, Shri C.B. George, to say a few words. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Vice Chairman of Indian Business and Professionals Council, Shri Gurvinder Singh Lamba, office bearers and members of the Indian Business Professional Council, IBPC, principals and teachers, esteemed guests of today's event, children, ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to all of you. I begin by thanking His Highness Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah, Amir of Kuwait, and His Highness Sheikh Mishal Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah, Crown Prince, for hosting the large Indian community in Kuwait and for their leadership in strengthening the bilateral relations between our two countries. I commend IBPC team for the initiative to felicitate the meritorious students of the Indian schools in Kuwait. Recognition of talent and hard work of the young achievers is very important. it carries more relevance today when at crucial times like this, when the world is facing COVID-19 pandemic and many challenges associated with that. This surely acts as a much needed morale booster and, if I may add, a stress buster for the children. I congratulate the winners today, children and their schools. Dear friends, humanity as a whole is facing tremendous stress due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. What we are seeing today is something unique. Governments, experts, scientists, businesses, students, us, common men and women, young and old, are all grappling with these extraordinary circumstances. It has been over a year now, but the situation due to COVID-19 continues to evolve and continue to perplex us. Many parts of the world, including here in Kuwait, we are experiencing what experts have termed as the second wave of peak infections. We have the vaccines, but there is still a long way to go until significant populations around the world are vaccinated. I am proud of the fact that India has been at the forefront of this global fight against COVID-19. Since the early days of pandemic, we as a nation, true to our age-old ethos, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, have committed ourselves to support global recovery efforts and have been one of the first countries to provide medicines and essential supplies to many countries. At the UN General Assembly in September 2020, Honorable Prime Minister of India had expressed India's commitment to make India's vaccine production and delivery capacity available to humanity. Standing true to his promise, tens of millions of doses of made in India vaccines Covishield and the indigenous vaccine Covaxin have so far been exported by India to more than 75 countries around the world, including to our friendly state of Kuwait. We are rightfully justified our tag as the pharmacy of the world. While the vaccination program continues, we must not let our guard down. The pace of infections is on the rise again globally. We must remain vigilant. We may also have to continue to adjust to the new ways of life under this deadly pandemic. I know it is tough, but we need to pay the price for the health and safety of ourselves and our loved ones. I also know that it is particularly hard on our children. We all recall those days when we stepped into the kindergarten with our little ones and have kept the photographs of those days prominently in our homes. But today, when was the last time a little child walked into the kindergarten holding the hands of their parents? Even the lives of our tiny tots have become online. Our school children are facing multiple challenges on account of a number of factors, including the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, restrictions on school operations, dislocations and separation from friends, teachers, guides, uncertainties related to forthcoming examinations, including the final CBSE examinations, and so on. Despite all this, I am proud of the fact that our students have shown exemplary courage and resilience in dealing with every challenge that life under COVID-19 has thrown at them. We as elders understand their concerns, their anxiety, and their nervousness. To allay their fears and genuine concerns, I had recently sent a personal letter to all the students at Indian schools in Kuwait. I would like to take this opportunity to reiterate to all the dear students that they should leave their worries to us elders. We at the embassy, along with our school authorities and our concerned authorities in Kuwait and India, including CBSE, will do everything that is humanly possible to ensure that the final examinations are conducted in as safe and orderly manner as possible, and they will not lose an academic year under any circumstances. I urge the students to focus on their studies at this crucial stage. I am sure that they will all excel with flying colors. Dear friends, many of you are aware that we recently launched the India at 75 to commemorate the 75th anniversary of our independence. These celebrations will continue till August 15, 2023. This year, we also celebrate the 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Kuwait. These are important milestones in the history of our nation and also in the history of our relations with Kuwait. Like I have mentioned in my earlier interactions and messages, we will be organizing 750 events as part of India at 75 and 600 events to celebrate the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relationship in partnership with all our stakeholders in Kuwait. Who are these stakeholders? In addition to our governmental relationship, we have so many business establishments, industry and commercial chambers, industry groups, factories, universities, science and technology establishments, academicians, scholars, schools, students, innovation and research organizations, museums, libraries, and most importantly, our Indian community with its most vibrant people-to-people contacts with our Kuwaiti friends. They are our partners in celebrating India at 75 and India and Kuwait at 60. One of the most important elements of these celebrations is to promote the economic engagement between our two countries. In this, our business associations like IBPC could play a very important role. IBPC has been one of the most active forums, and the embassy looks forward to work closely with IBPC, its new leadership, and our business chambers and groups to organize a series of events to celebrate our 60th and 75th anniversaries and to highlight the emerging new India to the world, to reach out to our Kuwaiti partners and friends. We need to encourage every Kuwaiti to visit India. Let India be the first touristic destination for them after the COVID-19 pandemic. Dear friends, I am very keen to involve our children in these celebrations and activities. On March 12th, in his address at the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi said, and I quote, "History is witness to the fact that glory of a nation remains conscious only when it teaches the next generation of the traditions of self-esteem and sacrifice and inspires them continuously. The future of a nation is bright only when it is associated with the pride of its past experiences and heritage. And India has a profound repository to take pride, a rich history and a conscious cultural heritage. Therefore, this occasion of 75 years of independence will be like an elixir for the present generation, an elixir that will inspire us to live for the country and to do something for the country every moment." Unquote. Prime Minister spoke about 5 pillars. Freedom struggle, ideas at 75, achievements at 75, actions at 75, and resolves at 75 that will inspire the dreams and duties of a free India to move forward. I have circulated our Prime Minister's speech to all our associations and groups in Kuwait. In our celebrations in Kuwait, we will focus on these 5 pillars. Many of our children have always been part of Embassy's various online competitions, and I must admit the quality of participation in various events were very, very impressive. I urge you all to continue to participate in these anniversary celebrations. Let me conclude by thanking the leadership of IBPC for organizing this event today. My congratulations to all the winners. Thanks to the parents and best wishes to all present here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, His Excellency, Mr. GBCB George, for your kind words and the pearls of wisdom. And it's nice to hear about the efforts which is being taken by the embassy. Also, would like to thank you, Mr. Choji Lamba, for giving us the insight of IBPC. Let me continue the program. I'm going to talk about the criterias on which we have fixed the awards, and I'll just highlight few of those things. Let me start with the quote from Nelson Mandela, who says, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." And education basically is, we are all here, and that is one of the endorsement that the skills and the professionalism which comes along with the education, and which makes us all further, to go further, enhance the quality of our life. With the vision of education in mind, IBPC started the Meritorious Awards 3 years ago, as Mr. Lamba also said. And fortunately, I have been involved in all 3 years, and I have been the coordinator for the awards. And it's a very fortunate moment again to be here and to be in front of you. Thank you very much. Indian Business and Professional Council's goal is to encourage Indian students in Kuwait and recognize them and award them for their academic performance in standard 10th and 12th. The criteria formulated is basically few of the things which I would like to highlight is that the first and the foremost aspect of selection is that the students must be Indians. They must be studying in Indian schools on CBSE system of education in India. The awards are chosen for performance in the class 10th and 12th board exams only. And students of class 10th who score 97% are chosen, 97% and above. And the students of 10th, we have put the criteria of 95%. So even with this, we have a large number, which is fantastic to see. It's overwhelming to see so many kids qualifying. We used to have a criteria of getting 100% marks in one subject, but we removed to retain the exclusivity of the awards, so that we can have, rather than having a big number. But again, we will look into the next year if we can introduce that back. The science and commerce streams are separately chosen for the class 12th, and the first best scorers basically are definitely the gold, and the second best are the silver, and rest all are going to be in the category of bronze medals. We are basically, what we are going to do is we are going to start with the bronze medals, and we'll run through, because traditionally we have been inviting all the students, which was very nice to see them encouraged, motivated, and especially we used to create the meet and greet with their seniors and a lot of activity which used to really help all the students to get motivated for getting more and more marks. But because of the COVID, we are restricted, and we want to only run through the names of all the bronze medalists on the screen, and which we are going to run the slides. So I'll request Mrs. Dr. Kamlesh to continue with this category of awards, and we will continue from there. We'll take it from there. Dr. Kamlesh is from IIT Roorkee and has been a chemistry lecturer in Kuwait for last 30 years, and also has been on the Indian Community Board before. So I would like to request Dr. Kamlesh to be here and do the proceedings. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sunitji. Good afternoon, everyone. His Excellency C.B. George, Ambassador of India to Kuwait, principals, teachers, students, awardees, parents, and media persons. Good afternoon to each and everyone. Today's function actually is the result of a teamwork. Being a teacher, I can also say this thing, because this teamwork is among, it's a group of principals, teachers, students, and parents. And they all work with dedication and with their commitments. We can see the results today. So I shall proceed with the award program without taking any time. We have divided the presentation and distribution of awards in 3 segments. I start with the first segment of award presentation of bronze medalist of class 10th. And the first school is United Indian School. United Indian School, 11 students are receiving today bronze medals. Congratulations all the recipients of gold medal of United Indian School. Awardees can collect their award from their own school, from United Indian School. Next, we move to Indian Community School, ICSK. In ICSK, 18 students are receiving bronze medal today. Congratulations all the awardees. Next is Gulf Indian School. And then we move to Fahil Al Wataniya Indian Private School, FAPES. 16 awardees are getting bronze medal in FAPES. Congratulations once again to all the awardees, and please collect your award from the school. Next we move to Kamal School, 2 students. And next is Indian Educational School. Next school is Indian Educational School, Bhawan. 11 students are receiving bronze medal. Congratulations once again all the recipient of bronze medal. Please receive your award from the school. Next is, and the last here in 10th category is Indian Central School. We have come to an end of bronze medals for class 10th. We shall start with class 12th students who are securing 95% aggregate or above in bronze medal category. First we start with United Indian School. 18 students are getting bronze medal. Give them a big hand, please. Congratulations once again to all the recipients. Next is Indian Learners Own Academy. Wow, 6 students are getting bronze medal. Congratulations. Next is Indian Community School, ICSK. Wow, it's a large number. 53 students are getting bronze medals. Congratulations to each of them, and please collect your award from the school. It's a large number, 53 students here, Indian Community School. Next we move to Gulf Indian School. There are 7 awardees in Gulf Indian School, and congratulations to all the students. Next comes Fahil Al Wataniya Indian Private School, FAPES. Again, it's a large number, 30 students are getting bronze medal. Congratulations, all the students. Next, we move to Kamal School. Kamal School, 18 recipients are getting this award. And congratulations to each and every awardees. Next is Indian Educational School, Bhavans, and also large number, 22 students are awardees, bronze medal awardees. So we congratulate each and every one. And the last in this category is Indian Central School, and 5 students are the awardees. So please collect your award. All the awardees, Please collect your award from your school. We have come to an end of first segment of the program. We shall now proceed with the distribution of silver medals and certificates for class 10th and 12th. I will call upon our chief guest, His Excellency C.B. George, Ambassador of India to Kuwait, to kindly come to the stage to do the honor. Mr. Suneet will escort him to the stage. We start with the class 10 silver medals. This time, 4 outstanding students secured the same percentage, 98.8%, and receiving silver medal. The first in line is Aparna Sudhir Nair. She is from Indian Educational School, Bhavans, secured 98.8% marks. Aparna is not here. Her parent is collecting her award. Aparna is pursuing her grade 11 in biomath stream in India. She has an ambition to serve the community as a doctor. She is a very good dancer, learning various disciplines of traditional dances. Loves to paint and sketch, and an avid reader. Congratulations, Aparna and the parent. Next, Rida Shimaz Huda. Rida Shimaz Huda, she is from Fahil Al Wataniya Indian Private School, FAPES, and also secured 98.8% aggregate marks. Rida is hardworking, passionate, and self-dependent. She loves reading books and very fond of listening music. She wants to pursue engineering after completing class 12th. Keep it up, Rida. Next is Diya Desh. Diya Desh, also from Fahil Al Wataniya Indian Private School, FAPES, and secured 98.8% aggregate marks in class 10th. Diya is not here. Her parents are collecting her award. Diya at present continuing her class 12 studies in India. She would like to pursue her education in medical field. She wishes to travel and explore new places. She loves art and crafts like card making, paper designs for wall decoration, etc. She likes reading and writing stories and articles. Continue to excel, Diya. Next is Melba Elsa Zo. She is from Indian Community School and secured 98.8% aggregate marks in class 10th. Melba is very hardworking and passionate student. She believes in time management and self-dependence. She wants to pursue engineering after completing her school. Her success goes to her school. Congratulations, Melba. Now we shall start with class 12 silver medals. In class 12, we have 2 streams, science and commerce. In science stream, 2 students are getting silver medal as they secured same percentage, 98.2%. In this category, first student is Deepa Darshani. She is from Bhavans Indian Educational School, secured 98.2% marks. Deepa is not here. Her uncle, Deepa is not here. I can request the principal of Bhavans to collect her award Deepa is second highest rank holder in science stream among all Indian schools in Kuwait. Also third rank holder in Gulf. Wow. She scored 99% marks in each of the subject: English, chemistry, biology and mathematics. Very well done, Deepa. Second silver medalist is Rudra Vipul Patel from Indian Community School, scored 98.2% aggregate. Rudra is not here. His parents are receiving his award. Rudra is studying at University of Pittsburgh, US and planning to major in neuroscience. He loves to do yoga. He is very fond of photography. Keep it up, Rudra. Silver medals for commerce stream. Adhika Shahid from Indian Central School secured 98.4% marks. Her parents are collecting her award. She is a silent, studious, visionary student and self-motivated, very creative and excel in literary skills. Currently, she is pursuing her BCom with ACCA at Christu Jayanti College, Bangalore. Keep excelling, Adhika. We have come to an end of second segment of the program. Now we start with the third segment of the program, the distribution of gold medals. Class 10th, we start with class 10th. Gold medal, class 10th gold medal goes to Ria Pinto. She is from Bhawan, secured 99% marks. Big round of applause for Ria, please. Ria is a voracious reader with a curiosity to know and learn better. She enjoys playing badminton and doing painting. Ria is pursuing her passion in science and as she wants to be a chemical engineer. Wish you all the very best, Ria. Now we start with class 12th gold medalist. First in science stream, the gold medalist in science stream is Ujwala Rajmadam Pradeep, also from Bhavans, 98.4% aggregate. Please give a big hand to Ujwala. Her parents are collecting her award. Ujwala is a student of Bhavans since class 1. And a sport enthusiast. She is a very good swimmer and chess player. Currently she is studying in computer science at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, US. Keep excelling, Ujwala. And now we go for gold medal in commerce stream, class 12th. Gold medal in commerce stream goes to Monica Sunil, Indian Learners Own Academy. She secured 99% aggregate marks. Please give a big round of applause to Monica. Her parents are collecting her award. She is not only CBSE topper in commerce stream among all Indian schools in Kuwait, but also a Gulf topper. Twice winner of the Shastra Pratibha Award winner in year 16 and 18. All the very best to you, Monica. Here we come to an end of the medal distribution segment. Now comes the much awaited announcement of the school trophies. We would now request His Excellency to present the trophy to the best performing school for class 10th. I will request Mr. Chosi Lamba to come to the stage. The trophy for class 10th goes to, any guess? It goes to Indian Educational School, Bhavans. Principal of Bhavan is requested to receive the trophy. Congratulations, Bhavans. Okay, Ria Pinto, please. Can you come to the stage? We have best performing school trophy for class 12th also. Surprise. This trophy for class 12th also goes to Bhavans. I request principal to stay back. Please stay back and receive the trophy. Now I can also come. Sorry, I don't have the mask. So congratulations Bhavans on whooping win. Both the trophies goes to Bhavans. Now we have come to an end of the award program. Thank you very much, His Excellency, Mr. Chosi and Mr. Suneet. I now request Mr. Suneet Arora, Coordinator of the Meritorious Award Committee of IBPC, to present his vote of thanks. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Kamlesh. Thank you, His Excellency, Mr. Choji Lamba. And congratulations again to the winners and the whooping win of Bhavan's school for both the trophies. Congratulations again. It's time for vote of thanks. So let me start with the quote from Dalai Lama. He says, "The roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation." So would love to appreciate everyone who has really helped us to create today's event. And I will start with His Excellency Mr. CB George to be here, taking time out from his busy schedule. And really thank you very much, sir. Would also like to express my thanks to all the members of Indian Embassy. Especially, I would like to mention about Mr. Fahad Khan, who has been very cordially helping us to do that. We thank our committee and our IBPC members to help us doing that. And I would like to take the name of Mr. Choji Lamba with his leadership. And also Mr. Anant Kapadia, who has left just now, but he's been a very big motivator to us. And with their both leadership, I think we are going to prosper and go to different lengths. Also, Mr. Soli, Mr. Kaiser, and everybody from our executive team who has been supporting us. Nevertheless, I would like to mention Mr. Joji's staff, especially Rushma, and also the other secretaries, Louisa and Sharmila, who has been very instrumental back of the curtain work which has been done by them. Our team, Nishreen and Dr. Kamlesh, we in fact started the whole process something like 3 months back, and we have been going off and on, and Dr. Kamlesh has been regular support on that. Thank you very much. I would like to thank you all the principals, and especially from Bhavans, Mr. Prem and Dr. Asha Sharma. Thank you very much. Dr. Shobha and the representative Mr. Bikram Ali from the DPS FAPES school. I would like to thank you all the bright students, and more to their parents, the backbone, the amount of sacrifices they do for their children's growth and their education which they get. And that's what I think brings them to this level of getting their performances and getting all the awards which they're getting. I would like to also thank you, the media, for their coverage and for all the good people, good hearts who worked behind the screen. Finally, I leave you this inspiring quote by Martin Luther King. He says, "An individual has not started living until he rises above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concern of all humanity." Once again, thank you for also people watching on the Zoom, and I wish to thank you all for coming here today. Thanks a lot. Thank you.